and a major city yet to be determined in Russia.
Travis Wayne Goodsell. The airport that I talked about earlier this morning, Anatov Airport is the one that's close to the Kiev Temple. And reporting of CNN? No, Business Insider. So why is CNN? They're reporting about the CNN footage that I was referring to earlier, it says here. CNN footage showed Russian airborne troops on the ground as they engaged Ukrainian troops. Been having an emotional day today with my little Lissa's birthday and Mia coming back to marry Charlie, and wedding gets canceled. All during World War III, the end of the world. Very emotional. And so apparently, despite the other news coverage of major blasts going off on other airports, this one in Anatov has been going on all day today, right there by the temple. And apparently Mormons don't care about other Mormons. They don't care about temples. I mean, I know the Book of Mormon is true, that it testifies of the great and abominable church, but I'm not going to attack innocent Mormons who don't know any better. I mean, dear God, the church just abandoned the Mormons in Ukraine as they pulled out the missionaries and pulled out the temple workers who will have had housing right around the temple district, is the pattern that they do. Whether that's what they did for the Ukraine temple, as they are doing elsewhere now, I'm unaware. It looks like it because of the amount of space that's there. But there are going to be Mormons living in this area that are in danger if they didn't catch any of the buses that have been trying to get people out. It's 9 hours ahead of our schedule, so it's 1:30, if my math is correct, during this emotional time. But I was thinking that I was going to be able to wait until after 5 when the employees for the church news would go home for the day, and then check to see if the church bothered to even make a single statement, which I'm betting they won't. So we'll still have that one coming for you. Some other news about Magog, Armageddon, World War III. And do you understand that they're all the same? Trying to figure out which word is going to trigger the most views, and apparently it's turning everybody off. This is what I've been warning about all these years. When I told you that on the 4th of November 2016, Fox 13 News Utah announced at the end of their hour program the total solar eclipse on the 21st of August 2017. My jaw dropped because I knew exactly what that meant. And this is it. And for Mormons who have Latter-day Saints in their title, who are all about apocalyptic end times, to just, who cares? I mean, that's even more disturbing than Mormons not even recognizing that the Book of Mormon is true about the great and abominable church. The callousness of Mormons, the inhumanity, the evil and the hatred, dear God. I mean, this is it, guys. But yeah, there won't be Jesus coming. And so what are you going to do? So, other things in the news. The Brazilian soccer team was reported as being trapped in Ukraine. Apparently there was going to be a Ukraine versus Russia soccer tournament. Well, that's been canceled, possibly moved. I haven't heard yet as to what their secret meeting to discuss that resulted in. And it's soccer, even though they call it football, because in Europe and everywhere else in the world it's called football. Our football is unique and is played nowhere else in the universe. And we call football soccer instead. But the Russian central bank stepped in to pretty much null and void all of the sanctions that have been going on, and the collapse of the stock market in Russia, and the collapse of their monetary system of economy. Yeah, central bank. And so, the sanctions are not what you do when people get physically violent. Just so disturbing that we're sending more troops. So they can stand around and watch Putin take over? So now the question that people are having is, if this is how Putin is taking over, we have one general that said it'll take 90 days, and another person is saying 3 weeks for the full conquering of Ukraine. Not a single defensive position to help Ukraine. Nobody. And the church is just remaining silent. People are dying. People have lost their homes. And it's complete and utter chaos. But at least George Floyd's family won their civil lawsuit against the 3 Minneapolis police officers. That's the breaking news. So, 7,000 more troops to Germany. We've given up on Ukraine. So, now we're putting our troops in Germany for when Putin goes after Germany, so that we can watch them take over Germany, huh? Just great. What good are our troops over there if they don't get to do what they're assigned to do? Is it because of Ocasio Alexander AOC? Don't you fight back and protect Ukraine unless you get my permission. Dear God. Oh, yay. China opposes the Russia sanctions and calls our actions immoral. Yay! That'll be fun if we delay this out. China will send their billions of troops over. And so the State Department is in shock about what Trump said about Putin. Oh, he's doing a great thing. That's awesome. But it was because the election was rigged. It's all about me. Putin's stepping in to save me. He's my buddy. Dear God. So yeah, Putin just right before the attack just comes out with an all-out, don't you dare interfere or I will destroy America far worse than I'm destroying Ukraine. Dear God. He was a completely different person in that video, in that recording. Dear God. And so yeah, I warned you, and maybe that's what Biden is scared of, is Putin's wrath. But dear God. We've got some more stuff to add to my video before I upload it. Ukraine has captured a couple of Russian soldiers, but Russia has taken Chernobyl, the nuclear site of a day that will live in infamy. And so, yeah, Putin now controls that. And so hostages were taken because there was a big fight in that region to keep Russia from obtaining that site. And they lost it. And, yeah. And so along with the 7,000 troops to Germany, we've got fighter jets that are heading to the Baltic Sea so they can watch the takeover. Just waste gas flying around. Oh, look at that. Oh, that was a big explosion. Dear God. So, yeah. I don't know, maybe none of you have ever known war before, real war. Maybe all the nations have forgotten what it was like to be at war, or maybe they're scared of war. They're letting the biggest bully ever known to just roll right in. God damn them. God damn them all to hell. In the immortal words of the Planet of the Apes. That wasn't the exact quote, was it? Charlton Heston pounds his fists in the sand. Damn you, God damn you all to hell.